that's coming in loud. Jesus. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Gentlemen,
How are you?
happy to be here.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
you're not going to be.
Why would you say that?
Because it's a fucking snowstorm from hell going on outside. I don't know if you've been out there, but it's a disaster.
It's a blizzard.
Yeah, I would say it's a blizzard, too, and not the good ones that you get at, like, Dairy Queen or whatever. It's nasty, man.
Well, I don't have to sleep out in it, so I'm fine.
Dude, Easis brought the tent. The Big Eagle Cam is live now. People are like, slow down, fucker. Where is he? I'm like, he's doing the show. As soon as the show's over, his ass will be out there in minus 2 degrees. And I hear the camera. I know the camera looks great. Ron, thank you for that.
I'm looking at the feed right now.
Are you?
Big Eagle Cam is in full effect. Yeah.
Nice sign. Be back soon. It looks like a tard wrote it because a tard wrote it. And so I said, the second this fucking show is posted, you get your ass out there and you start tap dancing monkey.
Doing your thing.
Do your thing. Are you ready?
Yeah, for sure.
Of course, the goal is to raise funds for South Oakland Shelter again.
Yes.
Yep. Go to DetroitCast.com, and if you're on mobile, you're gonna want to scroll down. You'll see the Big Eagle logo, the E with the eagle beak and shit. It's hilarious. I love that picture.
Yeah.
So you can get that there regular. You'll see it on the page too. Or if you go to YouTube, and just search the Detroit Cast, our page will have the link there. And Eric Fady with a C, Fady.com is how you donate money. And we've made just over $70,000 last year total.
Yep. That's I guess in a year and a half, but yeah.
Yeah.
You know how
make it seem dumber and smaller, by saying a year and a half. You're more like a year and 3 months or something. Yeah, but not cool
Let's
enough
be
to
technical,
do it in a
Mike.
year.
I like to be. You know how I am with my precision.
Yeah. A little over a year, apparently. He couldn't just let that go. $70,000. So we hope to. What's your goal? 80 grand?
Yeah, I think we're going for a total. I think that for the podcast, we're trying to see like how much can this podcast eventually raise overall. And so yeah, we're going for 80,000 total for the podcast.
Awesome, man. Well, good luck. Hope you don't freeze to death. I noticed like last year, I personally went and bought the tent for him.
Yeah.
And this year he did. He bought a couple tents, and this one he decided let's just get an all mesh top.
Perfect.
So it's got the little hat it can wear. They do that.
It's breathable.
It's very breathable.
Good for February 17th or whatever.
The cool thing is it lets cold air out, but it apparently does not let cold air in.
Right.
So he should be covered.
It's magic. It's a magic tent.
Magic tent.
It looked fine on the box.
Sure did. In theory, you're gonna be great, man. But dude, I'm sitting upstairs and I just like click on the link and see what it looks like, and you can hear snowflakes hitting the ground. I'm like, dude, for the next week, everybody that goes in the backyard needs to be on high fucking alert. Do not go back there shitting on each other.
Yeah.
Because that's usually the spot where it's like, that motherfucker, Jay, I want to kill him.
Yeah.
Fuck
stand there with your cigarettes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're the one. I never go back there.
I know, but Troy's like, T-Roy is like, oh man, fuck, the camera can see the hot tub over there.
He's worried about his dong.
I know. I go, T, you should just walk out there bare-assed every day. Just slowly walk out there with your giant balls hanging down. Just pop into the hot tub.
I will say I'm probably the only homeless man with a poolside view. Right by the pool. If it was in the summer, it'd be perfect.
Yeah, hell yeah. But it's not, so it's going to suck. Jerry from the San Francisco Jacks is en route.
Yeah, hopefully there's no delay with the weather.
Yeah, we tried to hook him up with a flight was going to be fucking, I think it had 2 stops on the way here, and it was like, dude, we can't do this. So Travis Bully stepped up, was like, dude, let's get him a real flight. And so I think he's flying in comfort on Delta and having some drinks, whatever he's doing. So.
Even for Jerry, for a guy who loves, being dramatic and, my arm is still in the sling.
Oh, remember that bullshit last year?
Right. But I even think he doesn't probably understand what this is about to be. Like, you know what I mean? The idea of like the back and forth and the talking and just the cold and sitting in this tent. And,
Man lives in Marin County.
It. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
He's not living in Marin County. Marin! Anyway, I talked to him at length the other night, and he was just like, so I'm going to be in a tent with Eric, and then where do I sleep at night? And I was like, probably in the tent. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I guess you could crawl on you can't have the couch bed, but
there's room on the couch bed. It's an L.
Dude,
it's an L, dude.
I'm not doing foot to foot, head to
head with Jerry. Oh my God, that's awesome.
No,
I love the visual.
Absolutely not.
The couch bed. There's plenty of room.
Okay, I'll sleep in the tent, and Ian and Jerry can go butt to butt on the couch bed. No. So we'll take care of him. I don't want Jared, like if E freezes to death, I'm okay with that. Yeah,
very replaceable.
Jay and I have discussed that. We're both agreed that we're cool
Jerry,
with that.
He's a national treasure.
Absolutely. He's a little older, so we got to take, and he's kind of He's kind of soft, bitchy.
Dramatic as fuck.
He's queeny, to say the least. He was definitely asking. So if I'm just putting it out there, anyone looking for a nice jack-off session, Jerry is on board. He actually said, so that guy that wanted to dock with me, was he cute? It's like, Jerry, no, he did not want to dock with you. And then he's like, well, I was like, plus he's cut, and so are you. He's like, but I can stretch it and get pretty good length out of my foreskin. I was like, okay.
How old is he again? Do we think it's 70-ish?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Well, no, my point was going to be is that like at his age, his older age, he only has so many jackoffs left. Like he might start to be thinking right now, like, damn, there's only so many more of these I got in me.
Yeah.
That thought has never crossed my mind that at some point in life it's like that was my last jackoff
wow.
session. Yep. I'm only gonna get to butt fuck one more time in my life. That's it. I'm down to my last couple.
And you never know when that time will be, gentlemen.
No.
Jack off wholeheartedly.
I wonder,
half-ass jack off.
Are you worried that it doesn't slow down? That you're gonna be like 3 times a day at 70?
No, dude, I've mentioned that before. I think on this show, and yes, I am like. I would have no issue wanting to still have sex at 70, but I really hope that, I'm at 70 not enjoying. Like, I don't want to sit there and be, like, looking at a device and just like, yep.
You can't get sex without paying for it at 30. How the fuck are you going to get all this sex?
I know, but I'm just saying if I was a person. I'm saying
it doesn't pick up as time goes on. Trust me.
But I understand that. But that's not true. I could get some money or some shit, or maybe I could win the lottery.
That's a long shot, man. Don't be planning for that.
But it's possible.
I wouldn't bank on that.
I'm not banking. That's not my point, though. I'm talking about if I was a person. If I was just even somebody else, I could I would understand that. I would not want to get sick of sex, but I would want to get sick of just going like this.
Don't do that action. That was too real. That was too real. Okay. My God.
I was turned around and looking that time too. So anyway, we look forward to Jerry being here. Maybe when you guys are in the tent, would you just consider a dock? See if he can get it around your helmet. Because he says he can stretch it. If we just give it a shot, man.
Older age, the skin gets kind of loose.
Give it a nice tug and then whap, slap it on there. And then you just stare in each other's eyes, just tip to tip.
Why would I do that?
Fuck, how awkward is that? So, how was your flight in from San Francisco? Everything okay? Did you hit any rough turbulence? You guys are rocked together, tip to tip.
Staring deeply into each other's eyes. My God. Oh,
man.
Hey, everybody. Insurance, before we get too far, we all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business. He offers all types of insurance coverage, auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900.
Hey, we should mention member Ryan Sillick is in studio right now. Hey, Ryan, thank you for the support, brother. Thank you for coming in. Usually people come in with, 6 friends, and they get obnoxiously drunk and loud. So he's quiet as a mouse over there. And, thank you for coming in. Thank you for the support, brother. Really, really appreciate it. And because of you, we got to have the Twin Peaks girls come in here.
Hell yeah.
Madison Heights. We had Ashley, and Emily. You can see, we posted a little video on Facebook Live. If you go to the Detroit Cast page, you can see that. And they brought some drinks and wings.
Drinks and scenic views.
Fuck, the scenic view.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude. It was like they're wearing sweaters and they got their little skirt on or whatever. And
it's go time. Woof.
Yeah, they'd run up to my room. I gave them my room as a changing room.
Yeah.
And they went up there and changed, and it's like, holy fuck. When they come downstairs, and it's just like, wow, okay. I see why you were hired. I see it. I see the scenic views. Scenic views in full effect right now. And it was delicious food and drinks. I'm having a Bloody Mary right now. And so we thank them for coming in. Corey brought them in. And anytime we have a member winner, we're going to draw a lot of them. So if you're not a member, go to our page and you can become a member. And we're going to be drawing names hopefully almost every week and have group of people come in here, and hopefully they'll cater a lot of them and bring the girls in. They had to get out of here tonight, so they're not on camera right now, but usually they will be. So.
Yes, suffice it to say,
absolutely,
they're camera worthy.
I should say this, Corey, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to him, and this happened last night. Because he asked me one time, the last time he was here, I think when they were recording their spots or something, he asked me like, "Hey, do you remember the manager's name of who fired me from Red Robin?"
Right. Oh, yeah.
And so I told him this story today. I was at a bar last night getting ready to go to a concert. I was in Detroit. And I sit down with a few of my friends, and this girl a few slots over goes like, she just looks and she yells out like, hey. I'm like, what? She goes, "Did you used to work at Red Robin?"
Oh, shit.
And I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Nova, yeah." And I'm like,
did it bum you out that she didn't reference the Detroit Cast, but in fact, Red Robin?
Well, here's the reason. Here's the thing, though. Here's why she referenced that. She goes, "Oh, well, do you remember me?" I'm like, dude, she worked with me at the Red Robin that I got fired from. But it was just like, dude, that was the 2007, and here we are in 2019. Well, we talked a little. I more talked to her about like, oh, I work on this podcast now, and I had to write a letter to the the owner of the restaurant, and she was kind of laughing about that. But like, just a weird situation. She just like, I mean, I understand that like I can sometimes be noticeable, I suppose, but like, dude. 11 whatever years later,
kind of one of a kind.
And she just yells over. She's like, "Didn't you used to work at the Novi Red Robin with me?"
She probably heard your voice. Honestly,
that could have been it. That could have been it.
I was like,
you can hear it for miles.
I know that guy.
I made the mistake of going to a movie theater with E, and it was life changing, man. You just like the idea of an inside voice.
No,
I mean, is that important to you? Your kids have an inside voice,
right?
Yeah, at church,
6-inch voices.
At a movie. This dude is just. I mean, the theater's packed. Everyone's in line. That horrifically slow popcorn line. The fuck is up with that, by the way? And E is just squawking. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna go around the other side and go in another line because this is just too embarrassing. You're too fucking loud.
She said it was the look, though. She said which I'm just that many years ago. I mean, but I recognized her once she said her name and stuff to me. I was like, oh shit, I remember you. But it was kind of funny though.
Well, I brought it on myself, E, as some of you are about to learn right now. It was 9 years to the day today, February. What day is it? 17th. That Ease has started his internship on the Drew and Mike show. I hired that son of a bitch 9 years ago. Today.
Well, it was my first day.
Your
my
first
day that I was an official intern.
He was applying for the internship 2 years prior, and it just took that long to
No,
it
was a lengthy period, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had no time for him.
Yeah, and we had that whole story about him waiting on your response, and
which sometimes took him.
Dude, I apologized to him like 8.5 years later. Like, dude, I looked at the timestamps. It was obnoxious.
Yeah, and he was refreshing his Gmail every 5 minutes.
Yeah, it'd be like he would say something and 3 weeks might go by before any response at all.
It was funny though. I told my dad that I only found that out because Facebook Memories does this thing where they tell you, oh, this is what your status was blank years ago. And I told Mike, I did tell that to my dad. I'm like, ah, man, fuck, that was 9 years ago. It was the first day I just started an internship, and here I am. And dude, I gotta be honest. My dad isn't one to lend to like, oh, pat on the back shit. But my dad was actually like, wow, man, congratulations, you came a long way.
Look at the brand he's built in 9 years.
Absolutely,
remarkable.
Exactly.
He's taken off.
What's remarkable to me is that you sons of bitches were on Facebook 9 years ago.
I know.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, I hate the memories on some. There was a period in my life right between like going to Specs and pre-internship, I had this about a year period that was just probably the worst period of my life, the most unproductive in reality. All I was doing is running and working at Big Boy or working at Meijer and living in my friend's basement. And I look at statuses and it shows me my memories, and I almost hate it. There'll be like 3 in a day, up and ready for a 10-mile run today. Yeah. Then come back. That was a good 10-mile run. Now eat and then off to Big Boy or off to Meijer.
95% of people use Facebook.
Yes,
but Jay, it was like
either that or they're dumb kids' pictures.
But Jay, then it's like no likes, 1 like. Like, what was I doing?
Sending it out in the ether.
Yeah, dude, there are so many people like that I see on Twitter and Facebook where it's like, someone will make a comment about something. I'll be like, oh, who's that? I don't recognize that name. Click on it.
Yeah, let me get a sense of this person.
Yeah, and it's like, fuck, you're scrolling through it. It's like.
One thumb
why
up.
are you still doing
this? There could be several
no responses on anything.
Unbelievable, man.
What
do
people think when you put something? It's like, hold on, can I have the world's attention? I have something to say, and you say it, and 2 days later there's fuck all for responses. Nothing, no hearts, no comments, and we're gonna do it again tomorrow. Like, do you think people saw it and just didn't do anything with it?
Well, I mean, look at me. I was doing it. Like, I mean, I was putting up fucking 3 a day where I'll see them sometimes and it depresses me. Because
in fairness to the world, what were we supposed to say to them? Off to Big Boy.
Right.
Okay, good.
I know.
Have fun.
I used to joke with my friends. Like, I'm like, I remember that period telling friends, like, if you wanted to know what I was doing, I would give 3 or 4 a day. This is what I did. And it's like, why? I don't know, but I was doing it.
But then at the same time, you have the example of listener Sean a couple weeks ago, who we noted had that Firefest meme just his 3rd tweet
ever.
Absolutely. I'm still getting fucking responses to that because I'm tagged on it.
So I think he said he reached out to us and was like, I'm really sorry. I don't know how this thing works. I don't know.
He just went to meme creator, grabbed one he thought was funny, threw it into his Twitter feed, and it took off.
It took off big time.
So I guess that's what everybody's trying to do. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the goal, but he's going to be highly disappointed going forward. He really is. I mean, he caught his bolt of lightning on tweet 3.
Did indeed.
I mean, shit.
Shot his load.
It's impressive. It really is. What the hell else was I going to say? It's been a zoo over here, Jay.
A little bit.
I mean, a zoo. Like, there have been people in this house. Aaron is here right now. Aaron, thank you for hooking up the big Eagle cam. And
the A-Train.
Yeah, the A-Train is here. It's awesome.
Oh, my God. Did he just make a choo-choo song himself?
Hell yeah, he's the A-Train.
He's over there wearing his own jersey, making
I know.
choo-choo sounds.
He's drinking he's something out of a mug, his own mug.
PC Solutions.
He went through
logos
because he
everywhere.
claimed
We just did the dishes. All the mugs are on the table. Everything is available. Everything we have. We've got white mugs. We've got weird shaped mugs. We've got a dope-ass Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon mug. Detroit Cast mugs are in there.
Stormtrooper mugs.
Stormtrooper, Darth Vader.
There's
giant
a fucking
Superman
up there with a cape.
Yeah, with a cape that clips on it. He goes and digs through that shit to find his own PC Solutions mug. By the way, he gave me 2 originally, and first time I put coffee in it and set it down, there was a fucking hole in the bottom of it, and it leaked everywhere. I texted him, you son of a bitch. What kind of fake broken mug is this shit you're giving me?
Holy shit,
Yeah,
man. I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah. It was weird.
Made in China.
China. So yeah, it's been Ed Grabo is over here. Tim was here. T-Roy's done a shitload of work over here. One of Tim's buddies trying to get everything prepped for the studio so we can start bringing stuff down and set everything up. All the toys are up there. Did you see the boxes of toys?
I did. It's impressive.
Oh, dude, I thought I heard like in the background on Saturday, I guess I hear this faint ding. But I got the TV blasted, and I'm like,
You're on the couch bed at that point.
Totally on the couch bed. Yeah, I don't hear it, and the window's open.
More couch than bed at that point because he's midday, right? So.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure.
Yeah, no, it was definitely more bed. It was more bed still.
Okay.
Yeah, it was only like 2 in the
When
afternoon.
does the transformation happen?
It's my day off, son.
From bed to couch bed.
It's kind of fluid, isn't it? It can be.
Dude, I don't even want to say it.
Well,
like
here's
like where my butt is the groove is so deep now, I've ruined the couch. Like it's
I got that going on my parents' couch bed in the basement. So, well, I say that because like when I used to eat, for example, when I used to go to NASCAR and make sausages, we used to joke, for example, that sausages were sausage until like noon, and then they were just cheap hot dogs or something. So I'm wondering when the couch bed transformation happens.
Yeah, it's not doing much, dude. Because even if you're awake, if you're still laying like it's a bed, that's still couch bed, right?
Okay.
That's not couch.
That's fair.
Yeah.
If you're sitting on it like a human being, then it's a couch.
I think kind of being showered and like looking alive kind of counts,
then it's definitely a bed.
Yeah.
Still. Yeah. No, it
That's
doesn't.
what I figured.
I have like if I get into the shower by like 10:30 at night.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's dude, it's a sad existence. It really is. So I thought I heard a doorbell, and then I was like, nah, fuck it, whatever. And then out of the corner of my eyes, just see this guy walking across the lawn, which is an ice rink, and he's just got this massive box on his shoulder. I'm like, the fuck? And I'm like, oh God, that's
filled
gotta
with
be
like
toys.
$5,000 worth of electronics. Yeah.
And I'm like,
sir, be careful, sir.
He's getting into his truck, and I'm like, no. So I just start screaming out the fucking screen. Hey, don't stop.
Now,
hey.
Have you left the couch bed at this point?
I
or
left
are you laying
off
there?
the couch.
You
No.
left off it?
Dude, I did not. I hate when I get that note, like first attempt delivery, not here.
So
No.
you leap.
Leap is a strong word.
Okay.
I kind of rolled onto the floor, made it to a knee, and kind of crawled to the thing and just screamed from my belly. I look like a soldier in fucking Nam on my belly.
You're prone,
Hey!
not supine.
I was prone, not supine. Very good. And I'm just screaming, hey! Finally, the guy turns around like, what the fuck? Who is you? I'm like, don't leave. Don't bring it back. And so he finally did. And those are the toys. Can't wait to break those out. So it's coming along. We'll get more done tonight after the show. So there's a lot going on around here. You know, you can imagine with everything talked about. I mean, shit, we've done 20 minutes talking about everything going on.
It's going to be an exciting week for sure with the big Eagle cam going.
Oh, dude, it's going to be a blast. And seriously, man, we're going to have to like pin notes to ourselves to remember not to talk shit at all out there because that is a very sensitive and very hot.
Well, yeah, he came down. He did. The A train did come out at one point and go, guys, just FYI, he didn't say like the tent is hot, like the backyard is hot. It's a hot mic in the backyard. Do not.
Yeah. That's it. He's fucking creeping me out, man.
Oh, let me see.
Jesus, turn this punch his forehead.
Jesus, let me see.
What's going on?
Nothing.
When do we stop getting zits, gentlemen?
There's
a 38-year-old man over there with a fucking giant zit on his
right
head.
here?
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Don't pick it right now.
I'm not. But I didn't even know it was there.
We just informed you that you have a giant zit on your forehead.
I didn't even know it.
He doesn't have mirrors in his house. Nothing.
How often do you think I look in the mirror?
Yeah, that's a good point.
lot?
I wouldn't either if I was you. I don't look in the mirror much either myself. So
You think I find myself regularly just looking in the mirror?
just walks by and like, oh, who's that handsome bastard?
Who's
Oh, look at
son
that
of a-
handsome devil.
Look at
Wow.
that son of a bitch.
Spent a couple minutes gazing at this guy. Jay, we haven't even asked you about your
couple
weekend.
minutes.
Why don't
Oh,
you do
yeah.
a read? I know you had some shit going on too.
I had kind of a crazy weekend in that we threw Russell a surprise party
Yeah.
for his 16th birthday, but not that the party was crazy, but it's just I don't know if you guys have ever been part of the planning of a surprise party.
It's weird.
No.
It's really hard, man. You know,
If it truly wants to be a
yeah,
surprise.
especially when you're trying to get a bunch of 15-year-olds there.
Oh
you know
boy,
what I
I
mean?
can only imagine.
Who
They keep a
sit there-
secret, by the way.
They did.
They did?
Yeah, they had his
Yeah, with
girlfriend was a
Snapchat
huge help, and
messages
then
and
one
shit.
of his better friends was a huge help in that they kept it tight
Yeah.
in terms of who was being.
Still group text
Yes,
and shit.
seriously,
I mean,
you know, accidentally say something, but
So where was the party? At the house?
no, it was at Gab's gym,
Okay, perfect spot.
but it was cool. Yeah, they had fun, and
did Gab yell at them and make them do workouts?
no, we had one of our friends, a guy from the soccer team. We asked him because I wanted to set up a big screen and have like Xbox and stuff going.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, hey, do you happen to have a projector? He's like, yeah, I can bring that. He's like, you want me to bring my DJ setup too?
Oh,
Duh.
Hell yeah.
No duh.
So there's a bunch of
course.
suburban boys scratching all night
Oh,
last night on their
no.
DJ.
They were
that was
scratching.
They
That's
dancing?
oh yeah,
kinda
they're
funny.
scratching. It was sweet.
Oh, that's great. Did he get any good presents?
You know, I was surprised kids actually brought freaking cards with gift cards. You know what I
Really?
mean? Yeah. Just think of yourself. Like you're invited to something at 15, 16 years old. Like, are you
You just show
necessarily
up.
going to go? Right.
Unless your mom let you take $20 to buy
Yeah.
that
All these
something.
kids showed up with cards with friggin' gift cards. So it was really cool for
So
him.
he made out all right?
He did. And he was really surprised.
I
and
would've loved to have
happy,
been
so
there.
that was great.
what was it?
Dude.
How did you set up the surprise? How did you get him that like? What did he think he was doing?
Yeah, he must have been like, dude, really? I want to go to mom's gym on my birthday? Really?
No. So well, one thing is it's a week earlier than his birthday.
Okay, that's
so
a
it
good way to
wasn't-
do a surprise.
Yeah, it
if
wasn't
you're-
on his radar. But his girlfriend was with him all day, and so it was like, all right, it's time to take her home. And so Gab and those two jumped in the car, and I was already there with
Yeah.
Sweet Pie. And she's like, you know what? We're passing the gym. Let's just stop real quick. I got to set up for class tomorrow. Just help me out. It'll take 10 minutes. And so
Oh,
he's like, okay. So she pulled in. And, surprise.
I should probably just let this sit, but I got to be honest with you, man.
Is that lame?
No, something just bothered me there because you're wanting credit for a surprise party, yet you held the party a week early. I think it's kind of cheap. Like either you make it to the day of his birthday, 'cause that's way harder to pull off. He's
Yeah.
going to be antennas are up
No, but here's
on
the
his birthday, but
Dude, it
pulling
was-
the trigger a week early is kind of a cop
This
out,
was
man.
literally the only day in the month we could have done it, and it sucked for him because it's on at the beginning of a winter break, and so half the kids are gone skiing and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is that what's the chick to guy ratio?
Oh,
at a
winter
party
break
like
after
that?
all those snow days.
Don't let it lie. Jesus.
Oh, he's gonna have a snow day tomorrow. Promise you.
They have winter
there's
break
no-
tomorrow.
there's
Don't
winter
worry.
break.
So yeah.
President's Day, man. I know.
So what is the
Chick to guy ratio? He had like 2/3 of his soccer team there, so that upped the guy.
guy count?
But
Yeah.
there's
Pretty good, because I just remember at that age, it's like fucking guys on this side of the wall, girls on that side of the wall. That whole middle school, early high school.
no man.
I know he's
They're
older.
15, 16 years old. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like that.
Yeah. Well, it sounds
So
fun.
I just tried my best. Like we just tried to navigate it such that we weren't being douchebags. You know, we wanted him to have fun.
Yeah.
Didn't want to embarrass him, but at the same time, God damn you if you're gonna try to bring alcohol in this thing and pull that shit. You know,
I would have.
I know you would have.
Yeah, you would have too.
And I would have taken you outside and kicked your ass.
Well, do you think anyone got by you?
I don't think so, but it's obviously possible. I'm not naive.
I hope one did. I'm sure one did. One had to.
I don't-
At least they had some in the trunk. Like
Yeah.
once they get out of here, you could pull it off. But
Right. But you did come into play in that you gave Russell and Manny that huge box of fireworks. Remember that
Oh,
a year and a
yeah.
half ago?
Yeah,
They
for sure.
they lit off a ton of those, but there was still a good third of them probably left. And so I brought them. So at the end, we're like, "Hey, we got fireworks!"
Nice.
Dude, we saved that one that was
That-
like 18 by 18
With like the girls in
Yes,
bikinis on it,
nude
yes,
chicks
yes.
on it and
That
stuff.
thing was expensive as shit.
It
dude.
has its own grand finale.
I know. That thing was expensive,
Dude, we let that shit out. That was awesome.
So it's like this big.
It's about
deep.
if you cut this in half,
Yeah,
what it's about
9
18
inches
inches.
going out from the base.
It was a huge cube, and
Yeah.
it just mortar shells. It was sweet.
and it
They
did it
loved
got
them, yeah.
nice, man.
Had a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
bought
fun with
that. There's only one reason I bought it, because there's a lot of ones that are the same shape and do the same thing.
The
But
chicks.
the chicks in bikinis. Is
Understood.
the reason I bought that. Yeah.
Hey, everybody, it's February. The weather sucks, as you know, but the Tigers have reported to spring training, and every day has a little bit more sunshine than the last. To celebrate, Zott, Ford, and Holly wants to warm the cockles of your heart with their annual $99 payment party. Lease a new fun-to-drive 19 Ford Fusion Hybrid, or lease a new sporty 19 Ford Escape, or lease a new family-friendly performance SUV, a new 19 Ford Edge, your choice. As low as $99 a month. Celebrate the $99 payments in early spring with your friends at Zott, Ford, and Holly.
We should probably get to some new stuff. Have you found before that though? Have you been watching anything on TV lately? Any like Hulu thing or?
If it's soccer, yes.
Really, you're not. There's no movies or series that you're into, or
I'm sort of into Ozark. I haven't been.
You haven't finished it yet.
No.
Dude, I watched. T-Roy got me into the Detour a while ago. That show on TBS, and you remember it? Remember the chink in the armor discussion we were having? We played that clip about the guys
chink in the armor. Yeah,
chink in the armor,
right.
and
right, and he got you onto that because there was a sweet scene about saying chink in the armor because there was an Asian,
a Chinaman in the armor, and the guy's like, "Oh, I just gotta hit this little chink in the armor." The guy's like, "Oh, whoa!" Everyone freaks out because there's a Chinaman in there. It's like, my name's Brian. Lady's like, "See, even this chink." We're looking at a chink in the armor here. Apparently, wants to be called Brian.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's such a great scene. And so finally, that was months ago.
Yes, it was.
And for some reason, T-Roy and I are like, "Oh man, I want to watch that episode again." And then we just ended up starting over. And I had no idea it was 3 seasons long.
Really good show.
Fuck, I've never laughed so hard.
It's really different for sure.
Hilarious.
Was it on Netflix or Hulu?
It's on
TV.
Hulu.
Oh, well, it's on Hulu, but it's originally on TBS.
Yeah, they got picked up for a 4th season. I
Nice.
binged that over the weekend and found that out because I'm done with it now. Done with this series already. And I just noticed it's like it's weird, it's different, and there's all kinds of twists and turns. It's a family, trying to go down to Florida on a road trip for his job or something. He's trying to get his job back. Doesn't tell his wife that he's been fired. And then it gets entangled in all kinds of shit. Turns out the feds are after some family members, and it spins out wildly. But dude, the fucking falls on this show. I'm like, Troy, have you ever seen like this, dude? It's like someone falling down the stairs, and it's like,
oh, I'm gonna love this, man.
Dude, it's like constant, like it's just crashing of a boat or a jet ski or a snow machine.
Yeah.
They reference
it. They do? They call it a snow machine?
Yeah, he's like, snow machine. She's like, the snowmobile. He's like, no, that's for the lower 48. They're in Alaska at some point. He's like, no, it's a snow machine up here.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think you'll like it though, dude. Hang in with it. And I find it really, really funny.
Okay.
And yeah, they got picked up for a 4th season. But I wonder if Jussie Smollett is going to be picked up for a new season of Empire. What the fuck, man?
Well, it sounded fishy all along, right? But we didn't want to, didn't want to just assume.
Well, it was hard because I remember people like, you'd go on Twitter and there's all kinds of people like, if he was white, you'd believe him because he's black. And I was like, nah, I don't want to be like, this story sounds shitty. It sounds fishy. I don't care what color he is, but I don't want to be that guy that's like, no, yeah, always it's because he's black, not possible to defend him, not wait for all the facts to come out. But the facts that are coming out originally didn't look good, and now it looks really bad.
Oh, Jussiford.
Oh, people know who he is, right? I mean, I don't watch Empire. Here it's a good show, but he's one of the guys there, and now they're saying that the 2 guys that were arrested late last week or Wednesday or Thursday or something, a couple giant dudes, Nigerian guys, just shredded.
Yeah.
That those were the guys that were seen in the video walking away from the scene. It was they were
people of interest.
Yes. And so those guys were brought in for talking, and apparently,
and the fact that they even know Jussiford. That's a huge flag. Like, okay, what's going on?
Exactly. I thought the same exact thing. It was like, wait a minute. These guys were like extras, and Jesse's following their social media stuff.
I think his lawyer said like one of them was his trainer.
Yes.
Some shit. So,
exactly. He was doing like a music video, and he wanted to get in shape really quick. And Jesse follows all of their social media and vice versa. And I think one of the brothers, at least, maybe both of them, were extras on Empire, the show he's on. So it's like, this just seems really, really fishy. And so now they're saying he may have had a dry run and paid them $3,500 to pull this off. Yeah, they practiced.
Wow.
Yeah. And
so they practiced what? Kicking his ass?
They knew where the cameras wouldn't be and everything?
They're just kind of giving us information a little bit. They're not giving us, like, here's what the guy said.
Yeah.
But it sounds like there was a practice, like a rehearsal, they're saying, for the event. I don't know what that means exactly. I don't know how they would know to scout all the cameras even.
Right.
You know, how would you know where
you
every
can't
camera is?
assume there's not, you're just walking through the city.
I mean, think how many times we see, what are those called? T, the cameras they put on the doorbell or whatever. The Ring. The Ring ones that we see that people do dumb shit on porches or walking by or driving by.
They're getting more and more prevalent, which is
Yes.
awesome.
People are getting busted for murder because of those things.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, I was sound asleep in bed, and the neighbor's Ring catches them pulling out of the driveway at 3 a.m, and it's like, well, I'd explain this, and busted. And so, yeah, how would you ever know that you didn't walk by 10 houses that all have that technology?
Luck, I guess.
It's just not a good day to be up to shenanigans in public. It's
tomfoolery. No,
dude, if you're trying to pull wool,
no, don't pull wool
public,
these days. It's
really, really hard to do. And so I think there was a list of shit they found at these brothers. They're Abel and Ola Osundairo. And
tell me they found the same length of cord or whatever, like from the same packaging. Because he was found with like a cord around his neck shaped like a noose, which he kept on for like 40 minutes after the event. Who would do that, right?
I know.
I mean, you take that off and whip it on the ground.
Immediately. I think they know where that rope was purchased.
Yeah.
That's not good. It's not good because whatever store they went into is going to have security cam. Now you link up, and they found the bleach thing in Jussie's apartment, and they also found it.
Jussiford.
I know.
My God, man.
Yeah.
This is heinous, dude. With this political climate, this cultural climate, this is really damaging and not fucking cool.
I know.
I held for some reason I didn't say this last week, but remember Mike, we were talking about this maybe a week ago, whenever we were, and Mike had said like, why would he do this? Why would he make, he's a thespian, Mike even said, and this and that. And I don't know why I didn't say it, but like we had Joey Behart, with that, remember when Whoopi went at her about that kid. And
anything to take him down or whatever she said.
Whoopi was asking, like, should we start to worry, should we start to not just ruin people's lives instantly and judge people and blah, blah, blah. What do you think about that? And that's what she said. Well, I think we all just want to get rid of Trump so bad.
He's doing his part, right?
And he yelled out, remember, he says the guy yells out MAGA.
Yeah.
So
this is MAGA country in downtown Chicago. Right?
Yeah. And they were yelling, homophobic slurs.
Allegedly.
And, this is MAGA country, that kind of stuff. And, you're right that it is heinous. It's really bad. And we've seen multiple examples of this, of people faking attacks on themselves going, oh yeah, they ripped my hijab off, or they wrote homo in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Remember there was shit smeared and said like faggot or something, or the N word.
Yeah.
I was like, why don't we have a picture of that? As if anybody would see that and not immediately take a video or picture of it.
For the record, I think it was a shit-marked swastika, but maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe. It was either the N-word or a swastika, but either way. If you're going to smear shit, you've probably done this. You might be the expert to go to.
I might go swastika on that.
I was going to say, do you glove up? Do you paper up? Do you go bare hand?
Do you glove up?
Triple
glove.
I don't know. You don't even wipe E. Don't act like that's outrageous. Would you?
But I'm talking about other people. What do you mean? Like if you're,
if you were gonna smear,
I would still put a glove on or
dude.
something.
I get one of those veterinary, like arm gloves that
double, triple glove
that you inseminate cows with, and I have 2 of those on both hands.
Sure,
dude.
Fuck yes.
All I think about, I know I've said this before, but all I think about when you reference these shit swastikas and people yelling out at people on fake stories is that one from the college where the president was like ignoring the situation that had been happening.
That's the one he's referring to.
Remember post-football game? He was in his car and there was people like,
set his blinders
out
on.
of here. Wasn't he in a convertible or something?
I don't know, but like they were all
straight ahead.
Yeah.
Demanding his ear, right?
Remember the girl? There was the one where there was like a cotton ball found on the grass outside of her dorm, and it was like, it's a cotton. It was like, oh yeah. And then remember the girl that was walking down her dorm and freaked the fuck out because there was like a
chalk of Trump or something. Trump 2016.
No, remember her suite mate or a girl down the hall that dropped something. It was like they were moving in and dropped something that she thought was a noose, like a fucking noose or something. It was a rubber band or something. She's like, oh yeah, that's mine. And then the school was like, well, even so, we need to be aware and be sensitive.
Yes,
I was like, fuck you, asshole. She dropped a fucking rubber band. Stop it. That girl should be ashamed of herself, making a big national headlines for that story.
Speaking of shame, this dude ought to be shamed up and down.
Is this career ending if this is true?
I don't know what his career was. I don't know how talented the guy is.
I don't either. But he's gay and black. He's got that going for him.
Yeah.
That's hard to beat, man.
Well, and what if he comes out and says, fuck it, you're right, this was dumb, but
what if he says, I
hate the left or the right so much.
Well, I guess if you went on his social media, he was smashing Trump all the time.
That's my point, though. So the actors, would they really care? They'll probably praise him and give him roles now.
Yeah. What if he claims some sort of diminished mental capacity because of the times, the political times?
Yeah,
like
suck
the
a dick, dude.
The
I don't
Joy
care.
Behar thing that you referenced,
okay.
Oh my God, we want him out so bad. I just went crazy for a second.
Well, then you sound like you're so unstable. You need to go to a padded fucking room until he's out of office. No, don't give me that shit. Oh my God, I'm so fucking worked up because he's president.
I could see
that
it.
I'm gonna be.
We have a racist president. And I just thought, I didn't know what else to do. Honestly,
you.
Doing my part, right?
No, dude. What we bitch about more than anything is the division in this country that is out of control. It's out of control, and I think if we've talked about it before, it's like when you're just going through daily life, if you shut down social media and the news and you just go about your daily life, you don't see it everywhere. But the media makes it look like the whole country is splitting in half, and these incidents are not helping at all. And you see them from time to time, and it's weird. But I want to see real penalties for people that do this. Just like I would want real penalties if it was true
filing
that he was
false police report and all. Yeah,
1 to 3 years.
Yeah,
it's a class 4 felony, but he could serve 3 years. You are purposely going out and publicly trying to continue this divide. You went out of your way to say MAGA, went out of your say that this is Trump country, homophobic shit, and you set it up and did a dry run yourself. Think about how sick that
Punch
is.
yourself in the face.
Yeah, he's got a little scar. And
know.
Not to mention that, but when he was in his doing his interview with shut up, Robin Roberts, he's going, yeah, they think because I'm gay, I'm not tough. I stood up to him and I fought back like a man.
Against yourself?
Yeah, dude. No, you didn't.
Quite a tale he's spun, huh?
Yeah,
this wasn't just like, hey, I reported this police. He's gone on Good Morning America, as you say, as early as late as Friday, Thursday, whatever that was, right when this was about to break, that the cops had these people of interest on record. Yeah, God, what's he going to do? Is he just going to triple, quadruple down? Or at some point, is he going to do what I suggested? I predict he does what I suggested.
That's actually not I hate it, but that's not.
I'm just because he's been so emotional the whole time. I could just see him, I got to the point, this hateful president. And,
we need to find the people that are responsible. People tweeting at Rahm Emanuel, the mayor of Chicago, you need to find these guys and end hate. As fucking end hate.
Right.
Stop it.
Love Trump's hate, Mike.
Yeah. So he's got a lawyer. He's lawyered up now who issued the following statement on Jussie's behalf. We'll see if he's doubling, tripling down here.
I need an attorney, and I need one now.
He's got Todd S. Pugh and Victor P. Henderson.
Oh, nice.
Attorneys at law. And so it says, as a victim of a hate crime who has cooperated with the police investigation, Jussie Smollett is angered and devastated by recent reports that the perps are individuals he's familiar with. He's now been further victimized by claims attributed to these alleged perpetrators that Jussie played a role in his own attack. Nothing is further from the truth, and anyone claiming otherwise is lying. One of these suspects was Jussie's personal trainer, who he hired recently to help him physically for a music video. There were some theories floating around, by the way, Jay, that said he was about to be written off the show Empire. The writers and producers have come out and say, no, that's not true.
So he just wanted to gain momentum through social media and all that. Like, oh my God, this poor victim guy, and then maybe the show would want to keep him on because he's more popular.
Yeah, if it's good for the branding. If you're out there, if you're trying to keep your name in the news, he cooks this thing up, and who knows, but I love the other one, and this is so the brothers, and I'm not gonna spit out their last name, just hulking dudes. They've got an attorney, Gloria Schmidt, and she gave a statement, or she actually spoke to reporters briefly, and said there's so many moving parts to this that will come out in time. That's really all I need to know. It's like I can't say anything right now, but there's more to this story than you know. She asked if her clients had helped stage the attack. I'm going to let them tell their story when the time is right. Yeah. Instead of just going, no, absolutely not. That's absurd.
Right.
I'll let them tell you. We'll get them a nice microphone. Actually, we'll get them a nice 60 minutes piece, 2020 Dateline or something. They'll have their moment. Maybe Ellen will take them. So as he's now suspected of fabricating the claims that he was beaten by these two guys, the Trump supporters, Trump Jr. tweets out, well, Appears that Jussie Smollett tried to manufacture a hate crime to make Trump supporters look bad, and most of the media not only uncritically accepted his lies, but attacked those who questioned the validity of his false story. And there's lots of other guys that go on, a lot of Trump supporters. You can imagine they're pissed. Like, every time shit like this happens, immediately we get blamed, and then all of mainstream media picks it up as if it's true. And then when it comes out that it's bullshit, no one apologizes to us. We're not running around beating people up, but you can imagine the celebrity support.
Oh boy.
Janet Jackson took to Twitter, of course, sending
Who?
so much love and healing energy your way, Jussie. We know you'll continue to change the world. I didn't know his name until a week ago.
I know.
You know what I mean? Shonda Rhimes sending love, healing, and support to Jussie. We all have a responsibility to rise up against the ignorance and hate out there. If you know who did this, report them to the police. Actually, I do know who did this.
That's gonna be weird reporting himself to the police.
Yeah,
Like...
Shonda, did you want to report Jussie to the police, or should we do that? Yeah,
I don't know. In defense of these tweets, though, right? I mean, you're just sending well wishes to a guy who, by all accounts at the beginning, it looked like the guy was beat up, right? So,
well,
as time went on, it obviously got more and more fishy, and as you started to learn,
yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't like the ones that are just like, so much hate in the world, and and it's like, fuck, this keeps getting shoved in your face. Anna Navarro said, I just saw Jussie in Miami last week. I can't believe this happened. It's sad, disgusting, and deplorable. Deplorable reference. Reverend Al Sharpton. Hold on, let's get all the facts in before we start lashing out at people.
Right.
No, he did not say that. He said, and
now, is this the mustachio track suited Al Sharpton?
Medallion. I wish, but no.
But this is the little gnarled raisin looking guy now.
Yeah, the one that coughs up hairballs.
God, he looks awful.
Oh, yeah.
What did he have to say?
I'm with him. Reported hate attack on my friend and brother, Jussie Smollett, is despicable and outrageous. The guilty must face the maximum. Yes, I agree with you. Yes. Let's see.
Let's get to the bottom of this.
Let's see if good old Reverend wants his brother and friend. The guilty must face the maximum. This might be the first time I've ever agreed with Reverend Al Sharpton.
Dude,
yes,
a guy like him, though, honestly, like as I think about this more, if Jussie doesn't do it himself, guys like him will advocate for this position. Like, hey, there's just so much going on now.
Yeah,
there's so much stress on black and homosexual people and all that, and he just broke, and you got to give him a break. Well, that's gonna be the angle, man.
That's not, honestly. This is such a shit story that might be the best angle.
And the Trump hate,
it drove him to this.
Yes, this racism, the Trump wall, and all this shit.
And I bet you could get people that are just hardcore and really, really vocally loud to jump on board and go, you know what? I've come close too. I get it.
But again, it doesn't matter because you just have the two silos anyway, and they're just shouting to their followers, and the other side will shout to their followers, as Donald Trump Jr. just did, right?
You don't think there's any chance that a judge would hear that argument and go, look, Your Honor, he's so frustrated and sick from the hate. A judge would look past all that horse shit.
Dude, you might be able to get a psychiatrist to sit there and go, look, I've examined this guy, and this guy is absolutely, he had diminished mental capacity during this.
Wow.
And there needs to be some forgiveness here in terms of, whatever level of crime he's being charged with.
That's scary as shit. And if you set precedent that flies.
Is Trump derangement syndrome real, right?
Yeah.
TDS.
I hate the term.
I know.
It's such a fucking, like MAGA fucking slogan,
Didn't Hannity do that, or?
Maybe. Yeah, either him or one of them. So I hate throwing out those hook lines, fake news. I hate to.
Yeah.
It's tongue in cheek with fake news. But dude, I don't know. I would hope that a judge would go, I'm not going to be the guy. I don't care what circuit court I'm in, to set precedent that you can be an asshole and break the law, felony, and stir up the country because I don't like this guy. Yeah, he's making me sad, and I don't trust him. Too bad. Grow up. Be a man, pussy.
Well, it does seem that both sides could possibly be, like clinically evaluated as fucking nuts, right? Like both sides are so fucking nutty in their views right now.
Yeah. Would they try to depose the president? Get him on record?
Yeah, right.
Lastly, Abel Longoria says this is a senseless act that should be met with justice.
Wait, who? Oh, that Housewives chick? No.
Actually, I think.
What was she from? Ava Longoria.
Ava Longoria was one of the like not Melrose Place, but one of those dumb things.
Oh my God, I haven't
But
heard that
she's-
name in years.
She's on a show now. Was she on the Detour?
Not Eva Longoria.
Eva Longoria. Yeah, whatever. She's either on the Detour or what?
You said Ava, and he goes, not Eva. Yeah, it's fucking Eva.
Yeah, whatever.
Eva, whatever. He's just
Well, I'm sorry.
I don't think I got the right one.
I can't keep up with your fake names.
the
you
right
come up with.
Longoria.
What do you mean fake names? Why would you lash at me like
Eva,
that?
I've never heard of
You
Eva
know-
Longoria.
I don't know how you say it. Eva,
We haven't,
whatever.
that name has not come out of my mouth since 1990.
What was she on? What did she break on? Wasn't Housewife thing or something? It was some.
Yes, Desperate Housewives.
Yes, bam,
Yeah.
that's it.
Boom. And I didn't have a
Desperate
big machine in front of
Housewives.
me. Right there. What is she on now, dude? She's on like either
Gosh, if you just could scroll down. We
yeah.
only could scroll down.
Was.
I swear she's on something either what's the cop show, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, or
BoJack Horseman.
no.
I don't
Just
know.
I swear to God, dude, she's on
Empire. She's on Empire.
She's on Empire, yeah. Figure out what I was watching last week and find out what she was on.
I don't
Remind me what the hell I was watching. It was something with her. So she says, it's a senseless act. Should be met with justice. I agree completely with Eva Longoria on that one.
That would be funny to follow up with all these people who
Wouldn't it?
reference justice and the
Yeah.
maximum penalty. Yeah.
I wonder what she
can't-
did it for the All-Star Weekend post-production. She's listed here under as something that she's done this year.
She's branching out, man.
All-Star
Yeah.
Weekend post-production.
And then she goes on to say, I can't believe this is happening in 2019. It's pretty much not, but
Yeah,
not
it
at
didn't.
least for real. This didn't happen in 2019. And then this world has no room for hate. Really? Boy, that's a fucking dumb statement. This world has shitloads of room for hate.
Hmm.
I mean, that's not saying that's a good thing, but hate exists.
I don't
Mostly-
hate him, but I just don't think he's that good.
Yeah. Well,
It probably was Brooklyn Nine-Nine, by the way. Looking that, I mean, that goes back to 2015, but that for a lot of people, you probably aren't watching it up to date, maybe or something.
it was on what?
I mean, she was on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah,
so.
there's been some episodes that have just popped on that I've seen, so that must be it. A lot of these Trump supporters too were like saying that, this is bullshit. This is exactly what happened to those Catholic boys, where everybody rushed to judgment, sided with,
Right.
Nathan Phillips, the poor fucking Indian dude.
Yeah, apparently
Feather,
with our
like
media
Dodd.
now, you just have to sit back for a week and let things fall out before you
Right.
make any sort of comment or judgment on anything.
Yeah, which is just such a.
It's just ridiculous.
I think, dude, I want to blow my head off when I see that shit because it goes against everything. Like rule number one in media, like if you're doing stuff, and I get it, they're in a tough spot.
It's how they're financed now. It's
Yeah.
the new model. You have to get the clicks, and you have to be quick to
Yep.
get the clicks, and you have to be salacious, and you have to be sexy.
Mm-hmm. And we saw this early on. I can't remember what big story it was first. I was going to say 9/11, but it was probably after that, where the Yahoos and the whatever was news on the internet, those things were just blowing CBS and ABC out of the water by 2 days.
Mhm.
Because those guys had standards and practices that went, dude, I can't verify this yet. I don't have enough to confirm this story in my sources. And Yahoo's like, fuck it, man. Here's what we're hearing.
Yeah.
And so what do you do? If you're a media outlet, I get it. They're in a really tough spot, but spot. And so there's a Catholic diocese, speaking of that Catholic boys
Mhm.
and Nathan Phillips, that
Mhm.
whole row that
And is
they
this
got into.
Catholic diocese credible, or
I don't know.
are they one of the clean ones?
Well, they didn't. It wasn't. They weren't investigating like butt fucking boys or
Okay.
anything, but they were talking about. This is in Kentucky, and they released a report.
Kentucky.
Kentucky saying that the high school students involved were not at fault. This is at the Lincoln Memorial. Remember?
Thank you, Catholic diocese.
I know, right?
I mean,
They're trying to act
Very-
like they got
very
a third
objective.
party.
we looked at this,
Really?
considered everything. My God.
Boy, these little angels did nothing wrong. Nothing. They don't even mention like the.
Right. Yeah. What about
shop.
that?
Yeah, well, Nathan took issue with that. Nathan Phillips is he's criticizing the report's findings.
Really, he did.
He's tripling, quadrupling down. I mean, he really is.
I think some of the boys sued a lot of the media outlets
Yeah.
and celebrities,
Are they
and
trying
also Nathan Phillips. I think.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
And
I think the lawyers too very reasonably said to a lot of these celebrities who tweeted out, all you need to do is apologize. We'll drop it against you.
and they wouldn't do that.
I don't know how that's panned out over the last couple of weeks, but
Yeah.
that's an interesting offer.
Dude, that I would not mind
It
that.
unquestionably turned 180 that story.
Yeah.
from what people tweeted about at first, and look at that face, how punchable that kid is, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
To-
Celebrities were saying that.
Yeah, absolutely. And
with
they doxed him. You know, Kathy Griffin calling for the 16-year-old kid to be doxed. So you want this kid. I mean, you're bringing harm upon this kid.
Well, he was smug and privileged.
Yeah.
I mean, his
Look
whiteness
at that
and
face.
privilege.
Look at that face.
You just want to punch it.
Yeah.
Such a punchable face. You're like, dude, you have a platform of 8 million followers.
It did,
what
in their
the fuck
defense,
are you
it did
doing?
look very punchable.
It did.
Oh,
I'll
fuck
give you
yes.
that. But still, why
Look
wouldn't
very
you?
privileged and punchable.
Totally.
If you're, I don't know how Kathy Griffin is, 90, 50 something. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. She's 55. If you're a 55-year-old woman celebrity, okay, what are you doing attacking and doxing a 16-year-old boy?
Well,
I don't care how privileged and white he looks
she wants
to
to mobilize her mob again because she got mobbed, right? For what she did with the president's head.
Yes.
The president's bloody head.
I mean, dude.
So she's still trying to, get back for that.
You've learned nothing at that point. Remember her, how pathetic she was?
It's all so fucking pathetic, right?
Yeah. So this Catholic Diocese of Covington releases this 4-page report.
Oh, their hometown diocese at that. Look at that.
But this is third party. Come on.
Some home cooking, huh?
Let's be fair. What would have been okay if they said, well, we had
have Rome look at it, Go to the top.
Have
Go to the top.
Rome look at it.
No.
A papal review. A papal review.
Hold
No,
on.
you can't because then you're getting into the woods now because Nathan Phillips, remember he wanted a meeting with the Pope? To talk about, feather issues or whatever. It's
Wait a minute.
no.
No, bring somebody in objective.
Jay,
I don't know.
This is like the NFL. Do you want review or don't you? You're going to go to Rome for the review?
Yeah, we're better off without any review.
Yeah. Well, no, you picked up on Kentucky and you picked up on diocese. Like, what would have been acceptable? Go out of state, get some firm.
Boy, what would be acceptable here? Some Jewish organization or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody in the middle. Who's in the middle of Native Americans and Catholics?
So are there Native American, are there Indian lawyers?
I'm sure they're out there, right?
Yeah, so we don't want to use Indian lawyers probably. Leave that out. And we don't want to use Catholic ones, right?
Right.
I think that's
some
fair.
Jews would be good,
There's
probably.
the rules right there. We go third party and we don't use
no Running Bear PLC.
If Running Bear PLC is a thing, if that exists, if Indians actually have become lawyers, I don't know. If that exists, we leave them out of it and we leave the Catholic Church out of it.
Yeah, we need someone objective.
Yeah, well, but if you believe the Catholic Church, and I've really had no problems believing the Catholic Church over the years.
Yeah,
pretty rather credible.
Coming pretty strong
group.
here in the last decade or so.
Yeah, they've did some good work out there. So before we found no evidence of offensive or racist statements by students to Mr. Phillips or members of his group. Some students performed a tomahawk chop to beat the beat of Mr. Phillips' drumming.
That. Okay.
And some joined Mr. Phillips in a chant.
They were doing the FSU. No question.
Yeah. Do Braves fans still do that, or is that just like Florida State?
Or was that
They still do
the
it.
Braves had a tomahawk on their jersey.
Yeah.
I think they still do it at Kansas City. The Chiefs.
Chiefs do, yeah.
I thought I saw that during the AFC Championship.
Yeah,
game.
you're probably right.
God, I used to think that was so fucking cool. Like growing up when the Braves were really good.
I still think it's cool.
Yeah, I know, but like when the Braves were really good and there'd be like playoff baseball in that
and the whole crowd
October.
just doing that.
Yeah, that is cool. That is cool. They said that none of the students chanted built the wall, but I think they meant build a wall. Phillips said, or made racist remarks to the group of black Hebrew Israelites that taunted them. Bishop Roger Foys, he said he praised the students. Our inquiry, conducted by a third-party firm that has no connection with the high school or the Diocese of Covington, has demonstrated that our students did not instigate the incident. Our students were placed in a situation that was at once bizarre and even threatening. Their reaction to the situation was expected, and one might say laudatory. So,
and they felt the need to do this. Like, I don't know. It's funny, the news cycle, like that just seems like, that was a long time ago. That's over.
Yeah.
What are you even following up with that?
And was anyone asking about it? Was anybody like inquiring?
Right. I think at first that probably seemed really reasonable, and then a bunch of lawyers got a hold of it, got their teeth into it, and billed 4 weeks worth of work. And it's like, dudes, that was done.
Why when they do that? When it's like, well, we've concluded our thorough investigation. We had 240 lawyers, and they watched 50 hours of video and blah blah. And I'm like, dude, I watched like an hour of video. I knew exactly what was going on. What took you so long?
Yeah, but when you watched the first half hour, you did not know what was going on. Interestingly, right?
That's why I watched the whole hour.
You needed that second half hour to really understand.
I feel like they're maybe charging a little bit. They might be just
padding the numbers.
Overcharging, padding the numbers a bit.
I was gonna say, Jay knows, right? They're billing. Why not watch these again and really make sure,
That's right?
Let's look at each...
rewind that.
Okay, so you saw that video. What was it, an hour, 2 hours? There's a bunch of videos out there. They had 4 investigators spending 240 hours on this investigation.
Wish I could have been on that
investigation.
investigation.
They interviewed 43 students and reviewed 50 hours of internet video.
All right, the interviews can take a long time, but
really?
Yeah.
There were a
Are
bunch
you in the
of kids
video?
there just...
Yeah, that's me right there. Okay, yeah, he didn't do shit. Get out of here. Back to school, you knucklehead.
Yeah.
No,
that does seem excessive, but
that's how my inquiry would. That's how I would interview him. Where are you in the video? That's me right there. Oh, yeah. Hey, you weren't chanting. Get the fuck out of here. Luck this school year. Mr. Phillips, lastly, he says, I stand by my original observation. The situation seemed potentially dangerous, and that I felt a spiritual call to sing between the two groups as a peacemaker. What, is he watching the same fucking video we are?
Yeah, Phillips.
I feel like he's
Phillips talking like a crazy guy.
He said, and the tomahawk chop, now he's got a real problem with that. He said, the tomahawk chop just a few feet away from me that fateful day. This racially incentive behavior is still widely seen in America in 2019, does not make it okay. From my perspective, it was disrespectful, racially charged, and harmful.
Was that a big enough day, by the way, to refer to as a fateful day? Like, I think of those for, like,
I don't think so.
battle.
Yeah.
Gettysburg would be, and that fateful July 4th day,
The Hindenburg,
Yeah.
Oh, the humanity.
But like
9/11, that fateful day. Sure, Pearl Harbor. Yeah, that all makes sense, but
yeah,
I'm with you. I don't think that was that fateful day. That fateful day back almost 3 weeks ago.
When I drummed in a kid's face and he smiled.
He smiled and refused to walk away.
Yeah.
And he was white.
Fateful.
Hopefully we can get through this. The legal team of Lakota People's Law Project. That's the Indians. They do have a firm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The bias report fails to exonerate the students. This report is by no means an independent or objective investigation. It is, in fact, a self-serving report prepared at the behest of a law firm representing Covington High School and the Diocese of Covington.
Yeah,
I mean,
what's the purpose of even going public with a report at this point? It's over.
Wouldn't you just think, by the way, like, okay, this is going to look, I mean, the first thing they're going to say, even if our report is 100% true, is like, oh, you hired a Catholic diocese, whatever. Okay, good for you. Bought and paid for, exactly. Hey, let's take a quick time out.
So you can finish your delicious Bloody Mary from Twin Peaks.
Maybe even get another one.
Oh.
And Michigan governor, did you see
the pictures? Gretchen Whitmer.
Poor thing. People staring at her tits and making comments.
I don't have a problem with. I have one problem with those pictures.
Save it. Okay. We'll find out what Jay's one problem is next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
What happened? What happened?
That was an interesting break, man. I got to be honest with you. Interesting to say the least. I get a call. I don't recognize the number, but it's from San Francisco. I'm like, and so Ryan, who's in the studio, goes, "Yeah, it's probably Jerry." It's just got a landline, you know. I think he brought his landline to Detroit and plugged it into an outlet in the wall. And of course, it's, "Hi, Mike. Hey, Jerry, I'm on the ground. Is there?" I said, "Well, I think Kara's picking you up." He's like, "Oh, I have not talked to Kara in a week, so I don't know." I'm like,
wait, the fact that he talks to Kara other than a year ago when he was here is awesome.
No, but I think we asked her to reach out to him. Like,
oh, we did.
Yeah, okay. And so they talked a little while ago, but then I'm like, "Whose fucking phone are you on?" He's like, "Oh, it's my cell." Wow, you have a cell phone?
Got Gerald into a flip phone or what?
Yes. I'm like, "You have a cell phone?" He's like, "Yeah, I've always had a cell phone." I'm like, "Why the fuck do you make me call you on that stupid
this
landline?"
Dog and pony show we do. Woof woof. Meow.
Blurp.
Yeah. You got to do this whole deal.
He's like, "Well, it's more convenient for me." It's like, "Oh shit, Jerry." And then I'm like, "Well, I need to verify that this is you. What is the definition of docking?" "Oh, come on, Mike."
God damn it.
All right, dude. All right. So
docking is the insertion of one man's glands into the foreskin of another's.
And so once I wrapped that ridiculous conversation up with Gerald, I look at my phone and I'm like, "Oh, that's Fran Fady. What is
Francis? Oh, she doesn't want E driving home. Oh, of course he's not driving home. She doesn't want him out in the tent tonight. Is she objecting?
No,
my mom's a worry wart.
To be honest, I'll tell you what her text said. Her text says,
"She texted you." I didn't know this.
Oh
dude.
Yeah, multiple times, dude. She won't stop. She will not stop. I got like a string.
What was that? A picture with it too?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Eric's not supposed to see that.
I'm sorry she even has your number. To be honest,
I love that Fran has my fucking cell number.
No, wow.
I'm working on titty pics, dude. It's slow. She's different generation, so it's gonna take a while. I'm worried about frostbite on Eric. It can come on fast. Please be careful. I'm like, ignore.
Good for you. Good for you.
And then I get nose, chin, cheeks, fingers, toes, etc. The frostbite on his toes is the last thing he needs to worry about.
Oh, right. It's probably good news if that happens.
Yeah.
Just get rid of those things once and for all.
A little freeze over might do his toes some good, to be honest with you. So it can happen even with clothing. Please read about it. No, absolutely not.
Does she know who she's texting?
She's giving me homework. Are you shitting me?
And she didn't even provide an easy link.
Not even a link.
Not happening, Francis.
Even a simple Wikipedia frostbite page link would have been helpful. But I'm like, you want me to bing it?
No way.
Fuck
No.
And I said, look, if it gets too bad, he can come inside and warm up or something. And she says, Eric might not know when to call it bad.
Oh my
fair
God,
enough. That's fair.
I know.
Poor judgment. Very poor judgment.
I understand. Well, no, that's not what she's saying. What she's saying is that I'm usually too committed to bits that I wouldn't freaking.
Yep.
No, I'd just be like, I'm doing it. Oh,
that's what I
I'm
told
stubborn.
her. If we lose him, we lose him. But
I'm
he's
a
a committed guy.
guy.
He's not bailing on this thing. So then she says, please be aware also.
Oh my God.
Read the warning signs of frostbite, please.
Do we have a link?
Link, please.
Anything?
How about you help a brother out here?
Wow.
Send me a quick link, Franny Fran.
Asking
we'll get this done.
Asking a lot.
You do this.
Oh
I don't want to
my
do the
gosh.
work. You do it. I'm too busy worrying over here. Oh, my son might die. Ugh.
You know, she's.
And then I get. Unfortunately, people don't realize it until it's too late. You know, I just had remembered hearing about it, and I was out earlier, and it was horrible.
Oh.
Shut up, Isis. Reading your mom's tweet.
I know. Well,
text for Christ's sakes. Quiet. You're not dead yet. I'm praying you'll be his guardian angel. Please, prayer hand.
Oh,
Yes.
Ooh, pray
gosh.
harder, Francis.
Is that
pray
a little
harder.
guilt trip or what?
Wow.
If he dies, you were his guardian angel.
My mom's definition though of what's bad out, I can't trust it. I'm sorry, I can't trust it. She'll tell me like I went on the roads in the neighborhood today and it was terrible, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
No,
And
I can confirm for Francis. So it is cold as shit out there. As
I
balls. As balls.
Yeah, cold as balls for sure. Absolutely. I opened the door out there. Like, I don't know how you're getting in the tent. Is there a way to get in the top of the tent? Because it's buried in snow. The front of your tent is going to be really hard to get into.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you. And then this is the last one. Jay, I apologize in advance. It's going to sting a little bit. But I think it's more of a guilt trip on me than it is a shot at you, but I'll let you be the judge. So I'm praying you'll be his guardian angel. Please, prayer hand, prayer hand.
Mm-hmm.
Jay tried to kill him last time, driving into his tent. So my hope is in you.
Oh my gosh!
I give her credit for that. That's
Yeah,
okay.
that's not bad. That's not bad.
Squishy brakes. I was in a car I'm not used to. It was a
know.
Zot
My
Ford
mom
loaner.
doesn't buy in your lines.
Oh my gosh,
Boy,
Francis.
and even, I mean, I was willing to go like, Jay was playing, but Jay tried to kill him last time, driving into his tent. So my hope is in you.
2 years ago.
Help me, Obi-Wan
bygones?
Kenobi. Help me,
My
Obi-Wan
gosh.
Kenobi.
Oh, Francis.
Yeah. Well, Fran. Hi, Fran, by the way. I know you're listening. We did move the tent into the backyard.
Yeah, so I can't run him over.
Jay can. That doesn't mean he can't run at full speed and plow into the thing,
Ooh.
the tent. But driving back there is going to be really tough. Maybe if you brought the truck, but you'd have to get a head of steam up to get up those steps. So
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. Yeah. What is she wrating to you? Same thing.
Dude. Yes. Same.
Yeah. Is she expecting me to be responsible for
I
you
guess.
not dying?
I guess.
Tall order. Anyway. All
She,
right.
you know what though? Honestly, I'm sorry. I know I guess she's just a mom, and that's what people, but she is a.
You've got a
warrior
Jay.
to
Yeah,
the.
my mom
So
is
you got a
never.
mom.
Yeah.
We've all got
No,
moms in the room. Anyone else's
No,
mom
I've told this to people before, and I've had people that have said, well, that my, I've had listeners reach out to me at different times, and like, oh, this is an example of something my mom told me last week, and I'm, living in a different state or whatever. But my mom,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, she is such a worry war. You guys, I'm so like.
Given your track record, though, Jesus.
But she does it with everybody. Everybody.
Yeah, my mom. I can't tell you the last time my mom called me because of the weather. Maybe.
Well, when was the last time you were staying outside,
Well,
though?
I mean,
what do
maybe
you mean?
in grade
It's not
school.
the
My
last
mom
time
might
you
have been
were
in grade
outside.
school.
It's not an apples to apples situation.
I think the last time my mom reached out to me in any fashion at all that I'm worried about you would have been like, oh my God, you were such a junky piece of shit. I'm worried about you. Please.
Right.
You're killing me too. That kind of thing. But
You know what I do say?
she'll live.
When I tell the times that I'm able to tell the story about going to the Jacks on stage, like if I'm doing like at DMAX, I did it at DMAX thing the other week. I'll mention that being in the room and saying that like I bet my mom never thought she would have to pray for her 32-year-old son's safety at a male jack-off club, but well, here we are. What are you gonna do?
I feel so bad for
Yeah.
her.
In Francis's defense.
It's fun to
you know?
bust her tits, but Jesus, dude, she literally loves this kid, and it's like, why? Well, he's a middle-aged man now. Why is he still doing this shit? Why? It's never gonna stop. Anyway, so if you start to die, just come in for a couple minutes, warm up, and then
sounds good.
tell your mom I was there for you too, please. Going to the break, we mentioned the Michigan governor, Gretchen Whitmer, and she's all pissed off. She was doing the State of the State address about Michigan and, we're doing this and doing that. And, well, fortunately, titties were on display, kind of curvy woman. And boy, oh boy, the comments that were coming in really were not focused on the roads or, infrastructure, gas prices. It was really focused on them titties, and so.
Do you think this gets as much play, if not for the navel? That's my biggest problem with this, man. Her
Show
gut,
the picture, E, so we can see it over here. Just show that one first. The first one. Yes. Because if this is what you started with, I could see, titty comments are coming in. They're going to roll in.
I saw it. I remember before it was even a thing. I didn't watch the State of the State, but I remember like instantly people already like on social media and like, oh shit,
Yeah,
our
titty
governor's got some titties.
Yes, they would roll in, but it wouldn't have gotten to the point where like Fox News does a story about
Right,
people's
of
comments
course.
and is that appropriate?
Are titty comments always appropriate? Like if you're on TV and you
Dude,
got
I'm talking
titties,
about
like,
what she's wearing. Is what she's wearing appropriate for the governor?
Well, for me to look at, I'm more interested in the State of the State than I've ever been. But
I have no problem with what she's wearing until you show the gut.
so,
Jesus,
man.
we
So
have a
you're gonna
gut
make it
shot.
worse.
It's the navel mark. What do you call it? There's a shot of her walking down the aisle. No, there's one where she's like greeting the people and she's walking down the aisle to take the podium.
Yeah, what do they call that? A fupa? Is that the?
I don't know, man.
What is that? The
Fucking
fat upper pussy area.
Yeah.
It's inappropriate
muffin
to say that.
top shit.
Yeah, I should. If the governor is listening, I was not saying you have a fat upper pussy area. I'm just saying that's.
I just can't believe there you
that
go.
area.
I can't believe anybody puts that thing on, looks in the mirror, and decides, this is a go. It's the gut/navel thing going on.
You really can picture what that would look like nude, though.
Yeah,
can't you? You really, really can.
That's the problem, Mike.
Yeah.
Those nips are hard, man. And that image.
Are they?
Look.
Oh, they aren't, are they?
I
You
think
calling
they
this a
are.
nip over here? This what looks like a
It's a
pointy thing. It's a
fold.
wrinkle.
I think they're hard.
Where are you seeing hard?
Here, I'm trying to zoom in.
I'm not saying they're not.
I'm trying to zoom in.
Yeah, that's our governor, huh?
Right? You don't think so?
You think that's inappropriate for governor to wear? What if she had a crop top on and just midriffed it so you didn't see the
Honestly,
indentation of the navel?
I would have drifted by the story if not for that navel catching my eye. That really bothered me. No, I don't think those
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It's just a poorly designed. It's just a dumb dress, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good on her. She doesn't have the right body to wear that.
Well, you mentioned Fox 2 doing a story on this, and Fox 2 is trying to say the right things. Come on, man. You wanted to air the titty comments, and you wanted to hit the man on the street and ask him about the titties, and this is your way to do it. Don't act like, well, we're trying to find out if it's appropriate to talk about the governor's titties in comments. You know it's not, and you know what you're doing. It's clickbait. So, she lashed out at Fox 2 for doing the story. That Fox 2 story was way out of line. Boys have teased me about my curves since 5th grade. She had those titties in 5th grade, man.
Shit. Good.
Remember that girl?
Gretchen. Wow. Yes, absolutely, I do.
Yeah, I had Melanie. I won't say her last name. She's probably around.
Me and T are thinking of someone in particular right now.
What up, TD?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Holy
there was always
shit,
that one
right?
girl.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, those things, you could just spend all day looking at those
Did you, if you had a class where there was it just
insane.
Yeah. Think about how many young 5th grade boy boners were in the room, and she had no idea. Because you see that in the classroom, and it's just like, you can't help that shit. And so she was probably surrounded by, at any given moment, by 20 5th grade boners at a time. You know what I mean?
I don't know why. It's not a sexual object at all. So
no, that's true. It's just for milk production for babies or something.
Well, it's not sexualized. We're not supposed to. It shouldn't even be a big deal. Free the nip.
Her mom told her to hold her head high and don't let it bother you. I'm tough. I can take it. And so she says, in my speech, I was encouraging people to see the humanity in one another in this cruel political environment. Yeah, no one's listening to that shit. Lots of people are saying that sort of stuff.
God, I wonder if she stands by this decision when she sees that pic right there of that gut. It's the gut. Is that really troubling to you guys?
Well, then she would just say, but then she would just say, Jay, that normal women, normal women have curves.
Old,
I know. So
we're
she's shaking hands with a woman who's wearing a business, suit, dress, whatever they're called.
Jay,
right?
I 100% agree. I'm just saying that's what she would say. I think I agree with you. Yeah, dude. But I don't walk around in muscle shirts. You know what I mean?
We don't flattering.
If Joe Biden was walking doing the handshake down the aisle and was wearing a fucking crop top or a really skin tight shirt like that, I think we'd say the same thing, wouldn't we?
Yes.
Dude, Joe Biden's navel looks weird in this picture. I mean, it's like
Joe Biden's navel looks weird.
You would, it's like, the fact is men don't dress like that, so men don't take a beating. If a guy comes out in Speedo, those Speedo biking shorts, and he's just got a huge dick bulge, trust me, we're going to talk about it. Just like at the combine when the guy with a gigundous hog does the fucking 40-yard dash or whatever, and his dick's flopping all the back and forth. We're not sexualizing. It's just, that's a dick on display, big time.
Look at
Remember the guy who fell out the bottom of him like a year ago, a dick just and a
flopping,
ball? Fell out the bottom of him in full sprint. Yeah, so that's what we're seeing here. So when so many women are stepping up to lead, I'm hoping people will focus on our ideas and accomplishments instead of our appearance. Yeah, good luck with that. That's not bad.
Come on.
So, she slammed them for focusing on their appearance rather than their politics. I've got a message for all the women and girls like mine who have to deal with garbage like this every day. I've got your back. I've got a message too. Enjoy the attention while you can. It's going to go away.
Yeah.
Sooner than later, especially if many of those navel pics keep floating around, Fox's 7 displayed screenshots of comments. Then reporters went out on the streets and asked opinions. The report shared comments such as, I'd hit it. Yeah, that's a quote in the story.
No way.
Yeah, I'd hit it is a quote from Fox 2's.
That's another one of those things, dude, to me that I'd hit it. I'd hit that. Who was the first guy who was just like, yeah, look at that ass. I'd hit that shit.
Well, it's funny. You're watching Fox 2 News, and it's typically a pretty boring newscast, 10 o'clock at night or whatever. She's blathering on about infrastructure or gas prices. Some guy's like, I'd hit it. Yeah. He thinks, and then he goes, it's pretty good. And then he feels the need to go on Twitter or whatever else and be like, that was too good. I got to go on there. I can let everyone know. I would, in fact, hit that. They also had push-up bra, clearly. And then, one of my favorites. Yep, she's showing off her cans.
Does anyone comment about
she's
the
showing
gut?
Off her cans.
Is anyone commenting about
Probably.
the gut?
They're focused on the cans at Fox 2,
Well,
and then, why not? You got to share it. Agree with that
These
gentleman
are
too.
in the story.
These are in the story as quotes. These are not paraphrasing like they were talking about basically about hitting it. No, I'd hit it.
Well, dude, anyone.
It's a quote.
You guys can, even like with my terrible grammar and spelling, anyone can be a journalist now because all you got to do is get 2 or 3 paragraphs and then cite several tweets, and now you've wrote a story.
I know.
Like,
Yeah, Fox 2 News director Kevin Roseborough defended the story, saying the outlet was challenging people to think twice about the double standard of female leaders.
How does he say it with a straight face?
He doesn't. He probably sends out a fucking statement, you know. But yeah, you couldn't say that with a straight face. Yeah, on Tuesday night, Governor Wilmer's State of the State discussed many issues of importance to our state. Fox 2 streamed the speech live. We were taken aback by the number of and nature of many of the inappropriate Facebook comments on her physical appearance. We chose not to ignore the comments and to instead examine them through person on the street interviews and an expert's opinion on the double standard faced by female leaders. Really? And I just think, you know, when they try to say like, we were challenging people to think twice about the double standard. Bullshit. You wanted every excuse to play it on the 10 o'clock, the 2 a.m. repeat thing, just showing her tits and her tits and her tits at the podium over and over with the scrolling. I'd hit it. She's showing her cans off for sure. That's what you wanted to do, Fox 2. Not have a well thought out debate about whether or not the standards are of course the standards are different. They've always been, they always will be. It's just you're publicizing Facebook comments from Tony in fucking Livonia. You know, you didn't used to have Tony's opinion on the fucking news. Now Tony, idiot sitting in his basement, goes, I'd hit that.
And we're
and it's
blessed with
newsworthy. It is. I mean, technically we are, because I love hearing what Bill in Roseville thinks. Yeah, she's showing off in cans. Well, if you got it, might as well show it off.
Got it, flaunt it.
That guy, to do that, used to have to go find the location, shoot live, walk behind the camera, and go,
I'd hit
it. I'd hit it. And now you just give him a fucking platform to do it, and they go, whoa, it's just appropriate. No, it was never appropriate. You've made it really inappropriate. That's on you, not us. Did you see the shooting that happened over the weekend? Another one of these dudes that got fired from his job.
Yeah, what, Aurora, Illinois, was it?
Aurora. Yeah. They've ID'd the 5 victims. Man, intern on his first day at the gate. He's not even getting paid. Probably.
My God, he's going to his first termination meeting. Like, yeah, why don't you tag along? Yeah, we're gonna let this guy go. And
I think there was 3 people in the meeting, all shot and killed, and then there were 2 people right outside the door. So he might have been getting the tour of the building. This is where they fire people. And so yeah, the guy just went in there.
This is where they fire back.
Wow.
Too soon.
A little bit too soon, but goddamn, that was good. No, that was really good. No,
it happened a few days ago.
That's true.
Yeah, this isn't breaking right now.
Well, let's see. It was Friday. I mean, it's Saturday and Sunday. I mean, it's not.
It's not
too soon.
No,
but
come on.
It's too soon.
That was fine.
Yeah, Gary Martin opened fire Friday after he was terminated from his job of 15 years. He was there 15 years. And this
is suggesting he deserves to fire back?
No, I'm not. But it's usually the nutty presents itself a lot earlier. Yeah. It's like, hey, he was here for 6 months or 2 months and lost his shit.
Right.
15 years. I feel like you got the gig down, you know? I was gonna throw you
out.
Yeah,
but 15 years of you had John and the whatever, and you know he has his coffee cup always gets used and shit or whatever, and now it's like fuck.
Posting notes on the fridge. This is Gary's lunch. Don't touch it.
And building and building and building. And you're gonna fire me?
I mean, dude, when I remember me and my big boy, you know, I was on time every day, and I got fired, and I was full on yelling at Linda, dude. I was just like, you know what? I've never been late. I was always on time. This is bullshit.
He kind of had a point, because when you're in the food industry, food service industry, especially if it's, you know, fast food or, you know, that, you know, and I don't want to brag on Big Boy. I love Big Boy, but Big Boy,
yeah, sort of diner stuff.
Yeah. He was the only responsible ass that would just, well, I don't care what I do, but I'll be on time. Mm-hmm. And so it's either have a retard open your store on time or hope that Sarah wakes up hungover and gets there 15 minutes late.
Right.
Which
is what was happening.
Which is what was happening. And so that is the shittiest shift. No one's there at 6 a.m. And so Isis is stuck every day only because he's responsible.
Dude, it was terrible. I was making like $15 a day in tips. Oh my God.
8-hour shift. It's making less than a paper.
No, it was worse, because this is what happened. I'd fucking get there, open it there was this 2 old dudes. We pretty much opened an hour early so these 2 old dudes could get their coffee. I'd get a quarter from one, 50 cents from the other. Then,
So you knew you had that every
right?
day.
I knew that
Like,
75 cents was
Boy,
good to go.
by the way, does the guy that tipped a quarter know that his boy was giving you 50 cents?
No, I don't remember. It just happened.
That's a bold move, man. To see your boy put down a quarter and
know.
then your
Not
boy
matched.
They had,
doubles it?
well, it might shock you, but guys that would do that had their own tables, and they were kind of like, their normal tables, and they were kind of away from each other. But
they weren't together.
But because I had that early shift, it was worse because I'd come in early to get these old motherfuckers, and then she'd cut me right before the lunch rush started because they didn't need me anymore.
So right when you could make up in an hour,
right when I would start to be able to make
in
money.
1 hour window, you could make up for all the bullshit
Right.
that you put up with earlier. They'd cut him and send him home,
Oh.
and then they fire his ass like on Thanksgiving or the day
The
before
day before
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Oh,
I mean,
thanks
I
for
was,
nothing.
in fairness, walking around yelling swear words at customers, but
Yeah, that happens. And don't beat yourself up about that.
But it was that building up of like when you say like, oh, it's been 15 years. It was a building up of just, dude, I've been here 6 a.m. and I'm making $10. Fuck.
yeah, it's a good thing Easus didn't have a Smith & Wesson in his pocket.
Right.
Yeah, no
like
kidding. 40 cal.
Gary Martin did.
So this guy was, I don't know what goes on at the Henry Pratt industrial valve manufacturing plant, but it sounds like a ball of fun. to be honest
Industrial
with you.
manufacturing of valves, I guess.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. That's my guess, but I don't know. I've
Lots
never
of
been
valve
there.
making.
Lots of valve manufacturing.
Mostly for the industrial purposes.
Yeah, and Henry started that company a long, long time ago, and so things have been going swimmingly until Gary Martin walks in, and so he ended up dying at the hands of police shootout, man. And that's always fun when you hear that it ended like not with him shooting his own face off, but a cop shooting his
The perp
face
has been
off.
neutralized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Threat eliminated. You always
Yes.
want to hear threat eliminated. And so you got slain where human resources manager, of course, Clayton Parks is in the meeting.
He's the first one.
HR, he's got to be there, right?
Toby.
HR intern Trevor Wayne.
That's an exciting position.
Well, he doesn't know. It was his first day, man. His first day actually was very
Well,
exciting.
yeah, right.
Sure was.
But a normal HR intern.
Can you imagine you're a 22-year-old intern, your first day at the HR department, and a fucking gun fight breaks out? Wow. He didn't see that coming. Russell Byer, we lost him. A forklift operator, Vincente Juarez, and plant manager, Josh Pinkard. And Wayner was the intern, 22 years old. He was going to Northern Illinois, starting his first day. 6 officers were injured. Martin likely knew he was about to be fired and brought a gun into the meeting. I would hope so. That's why. Otherwise, it'd be weird if he was bringing a 40 cal Smith & Wesson to a meeting. If he didn't think he was going to be fired. Here's the problem I have with this, though. I mean, there's a lot of problems I have with this story, but and I don't know if they're getting this right or wrong. But he's had many, many things in his background. Mr. Martin has,
He had a felony on his record, right?
Yeah. And so, he got a gun. He applied for one, and he got one.
Did the background check?
No, well, it's what is it, an FOI or something, where the firearm owner's ID card. He applied for that and got it, and it's like a soft background check. And then he wanted concealed carry, and so they did a full FBI check, found it, and all of a sudden they took his FOI away, and they didn't issue him this. So it's like, dude, he wasn't legally allowed to carry a firearm. So how did this happen? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
He's not allowed to have a firearm. It's clear as day.
My goodness.
So how? I mean, he had to know it was
stronger
illegal.
laws.
Did he know it was against the law?
Maybe
he didn't know.
laws.
Maybe he didn't
He
know.
did. No, because he applied and they said, no, fuck you. You've got felonies all over your record. You're not allowed legally to have a gun.
Somebody put a stronger law in the books. Put another law in the books.
Because if we can just add enough stronger laws to the books, maybe some of these criminals will think twice before murdering a bunch of people.
I had a friend though, Mike, and this is just,
laws.
again, I know somebody this weekend who I think engaged in some cocaine, and I thought that was
He
illegal.
engaged in some cocaine.
And
Well put,
but that's illegal,
Said
right?
someone who's never engaged in cocaine.
He engaged in cocaine.
I know someone that over the weekend maybe engaged in cocaine.
I know a person. I know
What the
somebody.
fuck was that?
But my point is that's illegal. I don't know how they were able to do that. I
Yeah.
mean, right?
Yeah.
They told me it. They said I did cocaine on Saturday night. And I'm like, oh, that's illegal.
In making that simple
Yeah.
point, however, you gave us a great little nugget there. Engaged in cocaine.
He engaged in cocainery.
Another JP in there. JJ was questioning me over the break whether I'd get a JPE. And
Yeah,
the
I was
next half-
wondering if we had a JPE, and I turned to our visitor, Ryan. I said, does he have a JPE? And
What
he's
did
like,
he say?
yeah, I think he had
I
one.
think he did too.
I think he had one, and it was the walk by the mirror thing, which was set up by you
Yeah, I set
and
him up sometimes.
extrapolated by you. But I think, did get one in there.
What did you get in there, E?
No, that was my point though. Jay just thought I wouldn't have another one.
Oh.
The rest of that, he said whether I'd had one or not, he decided I would not he thought I was getting tired and I wouldn't have one. And
Yeah,
here I
but here
came
he
in with the
is.
engagement of cocaine.
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 Cocaine engagement. Shit. Oh my God. All right. What else do we got before we get to some email and whatnot, Jay? Ricky Gervais. You're a big fan of his.
Love him.
He is coming out, and this is probably because he's got a show about to debut on Netflix. Not a stand-up thing, but a new
Awesome.
show that he's in. And it sounds dark as fuck, man. And so part of this, it's like assisted suicide is part of the topic. He like on the show, he plays a guy whose wife dies of cancer, and then he's doing heroin. And so Ricky is coming out in interviews like, oh yeah, I'm all for assisted suicide. I mean, I hope by the time I'm ready to go, I can just like walk into Walmart, buy something off the rack, take it, and take myself out. I mean, that's the way to go. Call your own shot. And so it's called Afterlife is the name of it. And he plays a depressed journalist who did a little dabbling with hard drugs. So he smokes heroin in the show, and they say they show him doing it too. And so people are like, oh, are you worried about your... It's like, it's a character, man. Relax. He'll be fine.
I could care less.
So he plays Tony, a journalist. Tony can't kill himself because the dog needs feeding. He can't leave the dog behind. So he
you say
expresses...
that though with people that are
Oh, I
suicidal.
know,
There's sometimes there's just one weird little thing that will keep them like.
You don't think Pants has kept me alive?
I would doubt it.
More than a few times over the last couple of years? Come on, E.
Those 3 days when Pants was in the tree across the street, those were the toughest.
Those
he
were
was
tough,
white
man.
knuckling it. E.
And that preceding that was 6 days where I didn't know where he was. And then it's topped off by 3 days in a tree.
Yeah.
So yeah, he can't kill himself because of the cat. And so he expresses all his anger and grief by saying and doing whatever he wants, no matter who gets hurt. Yes, please. Yes, please. He's a man in free fall. And so we've got to help each other struggle through, and then we're done. Is that his secret manifesto? Yeah, I don't believe in heaven and hell. I think life is its own reward. I do believe that. So yeah, and he's doing a lot more stand up too. He's doing like a tour, like small clubs right now, and then he's gonna have a big Netflix special that comes out. Sounds like not too far away. And he's like, he's like, yeah, movies, whatever. You work 3 years on a movie, and then it comes out, and people are like, yeah, cool, whatever. He's like, but dude, doing stand up, I can tour the country, the world, whatever, make all this bank doing that.
Feedback immediately.
Yeah, and then at the end of making all that money, I just fucking release it on Netflix and double my pay. And I'm like, yeah, it's fucking great, man.
Ricky's figured it out.
It's perfect. Yeah, so Afterlife coming March 8th.
Did they say where it's set? Is it in England or?
I don't know. Not sure
that it matters.
It
just wondering.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Hey, everybody. Now's the time in Blizzard season to contact Realtor Doug Steinert. Yeah, he can sell and buy homes all year round. So call him at 248-765-1781. He and the team at Century 21 Campbell will work to get you the absolute best deal on the sale and or purchase of your home. Doug's the man. He's easy to work with and a great friend of the show. Call Douglas today, 248-765-1781.
What do we got for email, Jay?
You have some email. Before we get to email, Mike, I'd like to engage in the short reading of post. Mike, we've received post from our friend Sernuts.
Sure.
Sernuts. Do we have a listener with nuts in his name?
And Sir
Nuts.
Nuts.
It's not like Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Well, Sir Nuts-a-Lot would work.
It's
It'd be
not
T-Roy. Sir Nuts-a-Lot,
Sir Mix
Sir
Nuts.
Busta Nuts-a-Lot.
It's Sernuts. Sernuts. Sernuts?
How does it spelled?
Sernuts. So Sernuts. Sernuts? Is it like Indian or something? Sernuts. Is that like an Indian name? Jesus, Bing it. Jay, here's a little reference card to help you when you have California stories. And he sends us from Santa Ana, California, which I'm assuming is in Marin County.
Sure.
Mike, please help Jay.
Marin County.
So there's no facts on this cards, just FYI. It just says greetings from California.
The Navy, the Marins.
You know I love the facts on the card, right? Well, this doesn't have any. So he says, Mike, please help Jay with fun facts about California and show him where Marin County is when needed. Love, Sernuts. Sernuts?
I think it's Sernuts.
My problem is, dude, that's a really small picture. I can barely see the 5.
Dude, I almost went, like I tried to.
It's a post.
I gotta get in
it's
there.
It's a cardboard post, and you almost
son of a bitch.
You almost pinched
it.
You
need to zoom in, dude. I can't see it.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I was like, no, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
I can't even find the 5 on that.
Right.
Right. The 5s are like up going like that.
I know.
It'll go all the way from like San Diego.
What if I want to do the Malibu route and all that though? Could I?
You got to take the 101
Head up
PCH, dog.
Big
Go
Sur.
Pacific Coast
Is that
Highway.
where I'm gonna hit?
Yeah,
Big
you'll hit Big Sur right about there, and then you'll go east, and then just take that north. And it depends where you're going. You want to go to Santa Cruz? You want to go to the city? Don't call it San Fran. Give yourself away as a tourist immediately. You call it the city.
I'm going to the city.
You're going to the city.
Love it.
Yeah, and so you hang right there, and then you can get into the city. But
Okay.
yeah.
No, it's helpful. I'm gonna keep this as my little.
We need to zoom in on that.
I know it is hard to see. We're getting old, sir nuts.
I know.
We need bigger posts, I guess. Send us an 8.5 by 11 post next time, all right? Hey, if you want to write into the show, send us your thoughts to email at DetroitCast.com. If you want to post in, send post to P.O. Box 250-268 Franklin, Michigan 48025. Or if you want to send Easus some anthrax, for example, but please clearly label it for Easus only.
Yes, for Easus only package contains anthrax.
Corn Dog Corn Dog writes in. We haven't heard from Corn Dog in a while.
Yeah.
Jay, just wondering if you or any of the crew at the to be rebranded Detroit Cast have ever read the paper Ted Kaczynski put out. Look, man, I don't read manifestos typically.
Yeah, you're not a big manifesto guy. Kaczynski's would be smart and smug and rambly too.
No, what Corn Dog says is interesting as fuck. He says his name popped up as he will be in the same prison as El Chapo. Interesting.
Oh, okay. Is that in Colorado?
Yeah, one of those
Max,
like,
that's Supermax.
So I was doing some Google research. Google? Well, there's where you went wrong. You should have binged him.
He's got a corn dog tattoo on his fucking calf.
True.
Come on, cut him some slack.
I have about 10 pages left to read. By damn, it's a hell of a paper, says Corn Dog.
Really?
He's reading the manifesto.
Yeah, well, in his defense, remember that fucking pursed lip smug son of a bitch down in Southern California with the rich parents that went on a shooting spree or whatever?
Yes.
Remember him and
Absolutely.
his manifesto?
Oh, yeah.
That was fascinating as hell, man. Just how smug he was.
I don't remember being that fascinated by it.
I was.
Were you?
Not you, me.
Yeah, maybe there's a certain segment of the population that goes manifesto, and maybe I'm just not within that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
When was the last
No offense to the manifesto
we had, though? Like, trying to think
maybe that guy you just referenced that had the really.
I thought there was another asswipe that did one of the shooting guys. Was it the Batman dude? The Batman shooter?
Oh right, yeah,
yes,
man. I think he did. The guy who dressed up as the Joker and all that shit.
And Adam, that weirdo?
Oh,
fucking...
dude, he had the Book of Granny.
Yeah, that's right. The kid that shot up Adam Lanza, the one that shot up the first graders.
Sandy Hook. Well, if you believe that
Sandy
actually
Hook
happened.
I don't. Who knows?
There's about
there's a debate out there.
Yeah, there is definitely a debate.
It's not settled.
Corn Dog says 10 pages left. Damn, it's a hell of a paper. He sent it out in '95 about the problems in modern society. Check it out. Wow,
Well,
so
give
it's
us some
timely.
details, man.
I know, like he provided a link, man. Better than Franny Fran.
Better, but
look, Corn Dog,
Should
I
at least
need a
give 5
synopsis.
bullet points of like.
Yes.
Exactly.
On page 36, he talks about how tiny his dick is.
Corn Dog, do you know how many emails I get? You think I'm going to follow down the rabbit hole every single fucking link? Come on, Corn Dog.
And if anybody listening right now thinks Jay is going to open one fucking link in an
do
email, you're wrong. He's worried it's going to explode his computer. He doesn't trust any of you.
I don't.
So send him to E. If you got a link, send him to E. I'll never see it. He'll see it and click on it. He doesn't care.
Hey, we'll save the rest for tomorrow.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you to Ryan for coming in.
Silic.
And for supporting the show. We really appreciate it. Sincerely.
You can clap, E.
I was going to clap.
He was going into a golf clap there.
And thank you to Twin Peaks for sponsoring the members' evening here and bringing over some tasty wings and drinks. That was great.
And Ashley and Emily for showing off,
And you did not stutter there. That was Ashley, and Emily.
Yeah, showing off their
skills.
Yeah, their poor skills and their their titties, man. They were like, bam,
scenic views.
Fucking awesome, dude. Their scenic views. It was well worth it. So thank you, ladies. The Big Eagle Cam is going to go live here as soon as we get the show posted. E will be going out there. It's probably going to take him a while to trudge through the snow and get in there.
Yeah, make sure you remind him to eat his hat at some point during the 4 days.
Oh, that's right. That went for like 24 hours. People demanding he eat his hat last time. And he was getting so
Dude,
mad.
I can't. He has to respond. Dude, I can't. Physically, I can't eat it. It's cotton. How am I supposed to eat my hat?
Well, the fact that you told people not to tell him to eat his hat
that'll
means
take care of it.
People are like, oh,
it's a problem solved.
Planning on doing that, but now that Jay has informed me that I should not tell
do that
to eat his hat,
and don't bing blue waffle either.
Yeah, exactly. Do not under any circumstances. So, Easus, the link if you want to go, you can get it off our website, DetroitCast.com. You'll see the logo. Big E mixed with an eagle.
But more importantly, go to ericfady.com to donate to a great cause,
Yep.
South Oakland Shelter.
Or if you want, you can go to YouTube and just pull up the Detroit Cast page, and it'll be live. And so he'll be out there. It's must watch. Once you start watching it, you can't stop watching it. I don't care what hour of the day it is. I've already seen people going, well, my week at work is shot.
Productivity
They just
down
know.
the drain.
Yeah, it is. So have fun. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And Ryan, we'll have you back once the new studio's up too. You're kind of getting gypped here in the last couple weeks here. So thanks for coming. Thanks for the support. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you,